So what is Warrior 5? Warrior 5 is a 90-day, 12-week hands-on program revolving around mental toughness, high-performance nutrition. And think about that for a minute. Our mind, everybody knows that everything is mental, everything is psychological, especially, when we get up in the context of professional and Olympic sports. And they talk about that, is that the difference between this guy and this guy is the mental toughness. Well, it's no different in everyday living. It is a matter of thinking, it's a matter of perception, it's a matter of gratitude, it's a matter of all these things that make the difference. And high-performance nutrition. Talk to any bodybuilder, any athlete, and they're going to tell you that if you don't properly fuel yourself, you're going to fail, right? You're not going to have the energy. You're not going to have the health. You're not going to have the vitality. You have to put good quality nutrition into your mouth. It's the same with your mind. What goes in is what's going to come out. And the body. Now the body is going to mold to whatever you force it to do. It's going to comply. It has no choice. It has to adapt to the environment that you put it through. So if you put it through strong, powerful exercises, you're going to have a strong, powerful body. And you need the mental toughness to push yourself through that consistently until your body actually makes a transformation. Now, if you take nutrition and you just do nutrition, you just diet, you're going to be a skinnier version of you. But if you take nutrition, powerful, high-performance nutrition, and add it with a very powerful program, now you've got the best of both worlds, and you're going to have a massive transformation. You're actually going to have muscle mass. You're going to look good when you lean out to that level that you want to be. So how does Warrior 5 work? The process is fairly simple, just not easy. You pick a 90-day goal, and most of us pick goals that are way too low. We need to pick something that just scares the living shit out of us, or at least something that at least makes us uneasy, so that we can actually take that and turn that into excitement. Because if we choose something, some place, some destination we've already been, there's nothing exciting or gratifying about that when we get there. But if you choose something, you choose a place that you've never been before, now you're taking it to the next level. Then you need to come up with what's called a buy-in. The buy-in is what is going to leverage you with pain to actually force you into completing what you need to do. I believe there's two major things that adults have to do in order to change, because as we get older, we can pretty much buy and do whatever we want most of the time. So what will actually force us into changing? And I think there's really two. I think there needs to be a social structure. So Warrior 5, you surround yourself with other like-minded people, a mastermind, if you will, of people that are trying to accomplish fairly similar tasks. And number two, I believe that change has to be leveraged with pain and pleasure, because that's what the mind is doing. You're moving towards pleasure and away from pain in everything that we do. So you have to leverage both of those powers in order to get the maximum results. So pleasure is not as powerful of a motivator as pain is for an adult. You choose the pain. Is it loss of face? Is it some type of claustrophobia or fear of heights, or it could be anything. It doesn't really matter. It's something that you've been afraid of, and you take that fear and you actually are going to leverage that and turn it into power to reach the goal that you're trying to reach in the 90 days. Really, I created Warrior 5 for me. And that as I went through life, I realized that the number one thing that was missing in my life was up here. And I never learned mental toughness. Even though I'm a firefighter and I've done some pretty amazing things in my life, I still was filled with anxiety and doubt and fear. And I really wanted to take, and I wanted to learn from the best of the best. And so I started consuming all this information about mental toughness, about psychology and emotional resilience and spirituality. And I wanted to take all that and I wanted to combine it into some very, very powerful tools that I could help other people deal with the problems they're dealing with, because I know that my problems are nothing compared to what most people are dealing with. But that if they could have a few tools, if they could take and learn how to control this thing called our mind, that they could endure anything. Because ultimately I believe that we're all the same in our needs and our wants and our desires and our those basic foundational things. I believe that we're all the same. It came from all the pain that I was going through as a kid and up until my adult life, and wanting to change, wanting to become a much powerful version of myself, as Elliot Hulse would say. And how do you do that? You know, it's something that you have to want. If you listen to any of Tony Robbins' material, his number one prerequisite for change is that you must want to change. And I wanted it. I wanted it bad, and I still want it. I continually want to change. As he calls it, constant and never-ending improvement. So a lot of people ask me, Mike, when is it going to be enough? And I say never. It's never going to be enough, because happiness is growth, and growth in those areas that you deem as important. So when you come and you go through the Warrior 5 program, you choose the goal that's important to you in that context of mental toughness and nutrition and a lean, powerful body. You choose that program, and I help you. I give you the tools that I've learned, and you apply them on your own. You apply them to your context. You apply them to your life and your goals, and you take those and you share those with the people that you love, and they grow. I believe that if you get better, everybody around you gets better. I believe that with everything that I have. Warrior 5 is not for everybody. Warrior 5 is not for those who don't want to get off their ass and do the work. Warrior 5 is not for those who think that you can take a dietary supplement to give you results, who think that you don't have to put in the work day in and day out. It's not for those who don't want to be around other like-minded, strong people. It's not for those who think that quick fixes are going to lead to anything valuable and sustainable. Warrior 5 is, however, for those who are committed to thinking, eating, and moving with a purpose for at least 90 days. And who are willing to put something on the line to show that they're serious about becoming the strongest version of themselves.